Yes, World Cup week. So World Cup is starting tomorrow. But so your time zones are going to have to change because Nigeria's first match against Canada is at 3 a.m.
No.
So people have to be changing your time zones and we'll talk about it. Some countries have already done that. Brazil, I think. They're changing civil servants can come to work later. Yeah,
Because
because
of the
of
football
oh
tournaments.
yes. They used to do it for the men, but now they've decided that all human beings are equal. So they're
Hi,
doing it
boss.
for
Are you
men
listening?
and women. So I'm going to become Brazilian just for this period. All right, so there's that going on, and then we'll talk about something that happened in tennis the other day. I see the shock on your face. I'm going to explain that. We'll talk about what happened in tennis the other day, how some young little girl just her first ATP tournament, the way she misbehaved. We're waiting to see how WTA will do it. I'll be talking about that story. Before we do that, I want to talk about Onana. Finally, they've married the bride. They've
Oh.
carried the wine. They've knocked on the door. The in-laws have accepted. So Onana is now a Manchester United player. So we'll be opening the phone lines for that. So all of this will be happening on the locker room. But before we do that, Zibi, how can they be part of the locker room?
You know it's easy. We're streaming live on YouTube. Just search for Smooth981 and you can catch the live stream. Post a comment. See what Tega is doing right now, like dancing. Okay, she's dancing as an in-law, as Onana's in-law. And you can also tweet at Smooth981 or send us a message via WhatsApp. The number is 0809 4440981. All right, and let's look at the headlines.
All right.
Hurdles world record holder Amusan charged with anti-doping violation. Zhang retires in tears after opponent erases mark on court. Bayern Munich beat local side Rotasha again, 27 nil.
I don't know if Agbaya is the right word because I heard the real meaning of Agbaya the other day and I was like, I've just been using this word anyhow. Yeah, I heard the literal meaning. Let me not say real
Wow.
meaning. Yeah.
27-0 in preseason match.
Mm.
Wow. Real-time VAR explanations at Women's World Cup more transparent, and this is coming from FIFA. Andre Onana, Manchester United agree deal for Inter Milan goalkeeper. Moses Caicedo, Brighton rejects £70 million Chelsea bid for Ecuador midfielder. Brazil tweaks work hours for Women's World Cup. West Ham spoil Posteglou's Tottenham debut in friendly.
All right. So all that and more on the locker room. But let's start with the big news that everybody's talking about today.
Hmm. Women's hurdles world record holder Toby Amusan yesterday or today says she's been charged with an alleged anti-doping rule violation, and that is casting doubt on her participation in next month's World Championships.
All right. So she put out a post yesterday. Oh, sorry, late night last night, early hours of this morning, that she has been charged for violating an anti-doping rule. Now, let me explain what is happening.
Please.
So none of her samples came back positive. She has not tested positive. She didn't fail a drug test. Well, what she's claiming that they are accusing her of, she did not fail a drug test. I have to say that categorically. It's not like they found a weird substance in any of her samples. She didn't fail a drug test. But here's what happens to athletes. Now, you are tested out of competition 365 days a year. That's They don't test you every day, but your calendar should be open 365 days a year. You have no off season, you have no breaks. Bottom line, they can turn up on the 24th of December at the location you claim to be to take your sample.
Mm.
That is, yeah,
They will find
they
you.
will no, because you have to, once you become an elite athlete, that you have to give your whereabouts. Okay, I'm going to be in Nigeria
Mm.
from June
Okay.
1st to August 30th, so they will know that you give the address. So when they want to do that random testing, they will show up at the address you gave to do the test,
Wow.
because they're not supposed to announce to you. It's out of competition
Okay.
testing for a reason,
It's
and
random.
it's random for
Oh,
a reason.
right.
Yeah, so now they do that every year. So you're everywhere you're going to, whenever you're leaving somewhere. Some countries will make it easier. You can just go on a you can just tell your agent, okay, if you're going to be in Budapest, I'm going to be in Budapest. If you're going to be in Monaco, I'm going to be in Monaco at this date and this where I will be. You have to give specific address
Mm.
so that they turn up. So you have to do it so that they know where you are. Now, they do that test for, like I said, 365 days a year. Now, if they turn up one time and they miss you, they will alert you that we came on the 20th of April, you were not there. Hopefully when we come the next time you'll be there. They might turn up next time in July.
Right.
And they might turn up the next time in November. There's no
At
date.
3 a.m.
Yeah, but if you miss those tests 3 times in 12 months, you can get up to a 2-year suspension.
Wow.
Even if you are clean,
Mm-hmm.
even if you went to a competition the day before they came and your sample from that competition was clean, but you missed the next day, if you miss 3 times, you have violated your anti-doping rule. It's a law. So this one, she's saying she wants to challenge it. I want to know what she said. Maybe she gave them the address and they went to the wrong place or something. Because there was one tennis player who changed his hotel. He missed the first two, but for the third one, he changed hotel. And so they went to the hotel he said he was going to be. They didn't see him there. So that's 3 violations. He's been suspended for 18 months. He's clean. Hasn't failed a drug test ever. But because of that anti-doping rule, it's a law. You cannot miss 3 tests in 12 months in a 12-month period. So I don't know how she's going to contest this, because this is not about being dirty. This is about discipline. So some other players were complaining that one of them was complaining that he was in his house, he was in the bathroom, they rang the bell. He didn't hear it from where he was. Only for them to come and tell him that he said he was going to be home this period. They came and he missed the test. So he put that out on social media. So that's how we knew. So different people have different reasons. Like one just went to the supermarket. I think you're supposed to wait a number of minutes, a couple of minutes, or maybe 30-minute period or something. One said he just stepped out to the supermarket. He narrowly missed them. He's missed the test.
But is this logical? Are you expected to be held hostage or kept in one spot forever?
Which is why they say just drop your whereabouts.
So if you're going to the supermarket, you need to tell someone, oh, guess what?
As soon as they arrive, just leave the things at the till and start driving back home.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. But yes, so it's an out of competition test you must do. You must do. And so that's where the problem is. So it's not a question of I'm a clean athlete. She just competed in another championship in Hungary and she won again. So she's building up to the World Championships, which is happening in Budapest next month in August. And she wants to defend her title there. So it's a really huge deal. So for this violation to come up now is really horrible. But I don't know how she's going to defend it. Because it's not about samples coming back tainted. It's about a law that was broken.
Wow.
And they say it categorically. Look, once you can get up to 2 years suspension.
So there's no appealing?
She will appeal. Okay. But so maybe she has an excuse for why, or maybe they shouldn't have counted one. Maybe she has that worked out. But this is not about her being clean or not. This is about
she's clean.
So far, she has been clean.
Okay.
It's not like her sample is tested. It's like she missed.
Okay. All right. Now, China's Zhang Shuai retired from her Hungarian Grand Prix match in tears yesterday after her local opponent, Amarisa Toth, eased the ball mark on the clay court following a disputed line call.
All right. So this is another tough one. Now, so ideally, when you're playing, they even tell you, the umpires tell you, once the mark has been done, do not clean the mark. You can't clean the mark. The umpire will check it. Once they've agreed that okay, the ball is either out or in, then play can go on. But do not clean the mark. So now here's what happens. This Amarisa Toth is her first ATP tournament. It's not her first tennis tournament, but her first ATP. She's playing at home in Hungary against Chinese player Zhang. Now, Zhang plays a point, and from the pictures, from the video, you can see that the ball hits the line. So they called it out, and she says, look at it, it hits the line. The umpire comes on and says, I'm not sure it really hits the line. And she goes back to her chair. Now, Zhang calls for the, what's it called now? The commissioner. So there's that guy to say, look, this ball has hit the mark. As she calls for her, her opponent walks up to the spot and cleans it. Exactly.
What?
She is not supposed to do that.
Wow.
She walks up to the spot and cleans it and was like, okay, let's carry on. And then the umpire proceeds to call 30 all to give the point to Amarisa. ideally she shouldn't. In fact, she should dock points from Marisa for cleaning a mark that was not yet sorted. That was not yet settled. Um, and so Zhang got upset. She was like, "Why did you clean it?" She was talking to the girl. The girl was ignoring her. She was talking to the umpire that this is wrong. This is not the law, and the umpire was ignoring her. She played that particular game, lost the game, went to her bench to sit down, called for the physio. Then she said, "You know what?" Then she retired from the match. Now she retired from the match, and she still shook the umpire's hand, as a good girl, because it's not me. That place I would have scattered that stadium. She now shook her opponent's hand.
Wow.
And then the crowd started booing her. Remember that they're playing in Hungary against a Hungarian player. Come and see what is happening on social media. Every player I know came out for her. That, who is this Amarisa girl? Why would she do something so disrespectful? And everybody just kept saying, Zhang is the nicest person. What Alia Tomjanovic of Australia. I know that girl. She's not remotely nice on court. And she said, that of course Zhang would shake her because Zhang is a nice person. Cannot be me. That's the way she said it. Cannot be me. And I trust Alia. You clean what mark? It's police that will settle the fight too. Oh, Alia. No, she's not that kind of person.
Wow, this is so shocking.
So it's shocking. So we're waiting for what the WTA would say to the umpire, number one, and to the player. That shouldn't have happened to Zhang at all. We are waiting to see what the WTA
This kind of thing, you say the animal boldness.
Do you understand? Your first time on tour, you didn't even say, let me walk on eggshells. You're like, I'm playing at home, I can do
right.
And then the crowd was supporting her. So I'm waiting to hear from the WTA because there has to be consequences for those actions.
Wow. All right. Now, if Bayern Munich's first game of the preseason is anything to go by, well, it's possible they might not be needing Harry Kane. Now, they beat Rotek Ergen 27-0.
Yes, 27-0. It was 18-0 at halftime.
Oh, wow.
Look, by the time they scored 10, didn't they think it's okay, this is not my mate?
Oh, wow.
Do you understand what is happening here?
Is this a youth league by any chance?
No. Why the weekend? What kind of rough play were they playing that you scored 18 goals at halftime?
Wow.
Then after the break, they now said, oh, let's pity them. They now scored only 9. You still scored 9 goals. Why are you scoring 9 goals? In fact, you should have come out with your ball boys for after halftime. There was no need to continue this wickedness. It was bad. Several players scored 5 goals. Sabitzer, that was at Manchester United, that struggled at Manchester United, 5 goals.
That's nice for him.
Musiala, 5 goals. That's how many the goals were that players were scoring 5 goals for.
So were they laughing when they were scoring these goals? Like,
yeah, they will play with serious faces, but when they score, they'll just smile and high five each other. Just like, what? These people are serial killers. Why are you doing this? How can you score 27 goals in a game? At some point, you should have said, you know what? You can't be beating on the poor and needy. This is. I can't help them. I can't help them. And the shame is on them.
Some game that Nigeria allegedly played with India. I think it's an urban legend.
That's one. It's a legend. This one was not a legend. This one was real life as it was happening. I remember I wasn't watching the match. Somebody now said, Bayern is leading 18-0 after. I said I had to see this thing with my two koro eyes. How do you beat somebody 27
without Messi?
I'm not even. Let's take some messages before we go on a break. Just one message before we go on a break.
Ibukun says, Tega. I said it on Monday. Village people are after our Toby. It's to start fasting and prayer. I recall Rio Ferdinand got 8 months banned for missing the test.
Yeah, you will get. Yeah, this one. The tennis guy is getting an 18-month ban. I think he wants to go to CAS. I think he wants to go to CAS. So yeah, it's a law that you have to fulfill.
Wow. Cruz says that here 27-0. Was it a first and second half of only penalties? I'm not understanding.
All right. Sorry. Tayo says even Ompakano scored.
That game was flawed.
All right, let's take that break. When we come back, we'll be talking more about football and the new bride of Manchester United.
Wow, how do you humiliate people like this? So this club now, what league is it in?
No, it's a lower league.
Oh. But this is embarrassing because they've never suffered that kind of defeat in their existence.
How can somebody score 27 goals?
Oh, I did.
By the time you reach 10, you now start playing. You start playing
like maybe the fans just stay rioting, so they'll end the game.
If I were there, I would start shouting, "Ooh,
throw a few things on the field and then end the game.
What is wrong with you? Stop playing!
Wow. Crazy stuff. So what's the literal meaning of abaya though?
Okay, so it's supposed to mean old fool. So we just use it to play,
Mm.
like if you're like behaving like a child, or
Yeah.
just being
An old
sick.
person behaving like a child.
Yeah, but it literally means old fool.
Oh wow.
And that's not a nice thing to say.
I bet, yeah.
Do you understand? That's not a nice thing to say.
So I thought it was like some even friends call each other Agbaya.
Yes, so and that's what I thought it was. So yesterday I used it for an elderly person in in jest. And someone else said that yeah, you can use it because we are friends, but don't let him hear you.
Oh wow.
Because this is what it means literally.
Dang, tell me an ass whooping.
So I was just like, oh. Oh. All right, never.
You're inside your locker room on Smooth 98.1. It's Tega and Zibby as always. And yeah, keep your messages coming. We see them coming through. The WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. You can also tweet at Smooth981. Emeka from Amua says Bayern Munich beating FC Rotok 27 nils like playing FIFA on PlayStation with my 5-year-old nephew. I'm beating him 23-0 and be laughing about it.
As in
the level of this Agbaya. Second to none.
At some point you just be like, no, can't be beaten on this weekend.
Wow, like let them just score one.
It
gives them a chance. All right, match officials explaining VAR decisions live to stadiums and television audiences for Women's World Cup games will make the process more transparent, and this according to FIFA's referee chief Pelugi Colina. He said this on Tuesday.
All right,
that guy in a long time.
Yeah, that's his work now. He's been doing that since he retired. Making laws and VAR rules that sometimes I look at him and I'm like, I can beg you. But yeah, they've already tried it out at the FIFA Club World Cup. It wasn't so shocking. They tried it also at I think it was one of the age grade tournaments. But I think for the Women's World Cup, it's going to be a shocker for a lot of people when they hear the referee come out to say, we are giving the penalty because her hand appeared to move towards the ball as the ball came to her. It's just going to be a lot tricky. But let's see how it works out. But yeah, they're going to start announcing why a result was upheld by VAR or overturned by VAR. Sorry about that.
All right, let's move on to the next story. WhatsApp number 0809 444 981. Manchester United have agreed a £47.2 million deal for Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana.
Oh, yes. So
Onana. I couldn't help that.
So, yeah, he has come into the team. And I remember one of my colleagues saying, former colleagues saying, that he was showing her his wife. I think she supports Manchester United because he supports Manchester United. Excuse me.
Dang. Tega, you need to drink 7 cups of water.
I need to drink water. Saying that he showed his wife a compilation of Onana using his leg because he's very good playing the ball. And then the wife asked him, well, he can kick with his leg, but can he catch the ball? Because that's his primary job.
Right.
So this is going to be interesting. Onana coming into Manchester United, he did well for Inter Milan, and especially because they went all the way. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out for Andre Onana and Manchester United. But if you we also saw Rashford signing a new contract with Manchester United. Now, this is for Manchester United fans. What do you think about the transfer deals that Manchester United have done so far? The numbers to call are
01448991. That is the WhatsApp number. The telephone number is 01448991.
And on WhatsApp, you can send your message to
0809 4440981.
So the question, and the reason I'm asking this question, they were talking about that David De Gea is the weak link. So now that David De Gea is gone and you have Andre Onana, do you think that has solved Manchester United's problem in the first? The first phone lines are already ringing. All right, Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Tega.
All right. All right, Ibukun, go right ahead.
Solve our goalkeeping problem. We just need to solve the Maguire problem, and then we'll be good at the back. The signing so far, I think we're doing slowly but surely, and let's keep our fingers for Toby. I did mention on Monday that I hope
Mm-hmm.
he drug Wahala. Anyway, thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you for that. 0144899881. Good morning. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. Oh, that's nice.
Walk around with Ginger now.
Yeah, important. Oh, so sorry about the hiccups. I had to run out.
Yeah, we're talking about Manchester United. Let us know what you think about the signings they've had
Yes,
so
so
far.
far. So you said David De Gea was a problem. Andrea Nana has coming to the
Arrived.
as a
The
coming to the
African
club.
King.
The African King has come into the club. African King. He was booted out of his World Cup squad. African King club.
Does he have disciplinary problems?
He's just the kind of guy that says what's on his mind.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be another one that Eric Ten Hag may have to deal with, or maybe even his defenders, because you can imagine him saying his mind to Casemiro.
Would it come to?
Well, that's an African and a South American. It can come
Oh,
to
it
anything.
can.
All right. So let us know on WhatsApp.
0809 4440981. That's the WhatsApp number.
All right.
Shagun says the refs will be like, hello, twe twe. We are cancelling the goal because there was a push on the goalkeeper with Onana's side and Maguire set to leave. This has gone well. All right. Thank you, Shagun, for your message. But let us know what your thoughts are, though. What do you think of the signings so far that Man United have done? Andrea Onana and, of course, Marcus Rashford. 0144899981.
All right. So while we're waiting on that, let's take some more messages. Ibrahim Hassan, we see your message on YouTube. Yeah, stop.
Ibrahim, you are a meanie. All right, Brighton have rejected a second Chelsea bid, believed to be about 17 million for midfielder Moises Caicedo.
All right, so that's another question I was asked. Who does Moses Caicedo think he is that he should be worth more than 70? Okay, he's not the one doing this business. But these are questions you need to ask. He doesn't even have English tax. He's from Ecuador. And you want them to sell you for 100 million? Who do you think you are?
Wow.
You are Brighton. You need help. But here's the thing. So Caicedo wanted to move. In January, he wanted to move to Arsenal. Arsenal was interested in him. He wanted to move to Arsenal. Brighton was like, they don't have the money to take you out. We want soft life money. People don't have that kind of money. So he tried to force a move. He missed training one day. Eventually, they made up. They came back together. Like Missing Greenwood and his girlfriend went on a beautiful run. Now he wants to move. The player definitely wants to leave Brighton. Because think about it. Arsenal has come. He flirted with them. Chelsea has come. He's flirting with them. He obviously wants to leave Brighton.
Anywhere but here.
Anywhere but here. But Brighton is like, you're our cash cow. People want you. Now, they keep saying a lot of clubs want Caicedo. I'm not sure. Because so far, it is only Chelsea that has been bringing this money. Now, people are eyeing him. Don't get me wrong. People are window shopping him. They are looking at him from the outside. But nobody has really come to put their money where their mouth is. But Chelsea has brought 70 million. And Brighton is saying, no, that's not enough. If you ask me, Caicedo is not a finished product. You can see great potential from him and you can see his enterprise. He has the enthusiasm, he has the energy, he has a bit of talent, but he's really a diamond in the rough. So we're not buying one finished product. Why? And like I said, he doesn't have English tax because he's from Ecuador. So why are we spending 100 million on him? Is my question. Or you just want to make money anyhow?
Well, if you can.
Well, we'll wait and see, because I know that the player wants to leave before he starts forcing moves and then he starts becoming the bad guy in the face of Brighton fans. They should know. Just take this 70 million and run with it. Maybe Chelsea has money. They can. I mean, they've sold a lot of players, so they can bring 80 maybe next time. and see if it goes. But I don't think Caicedo is worth that because it's not a finished product. All right. Let's take the next story.
Brazil says it will change civil servants' work schedule so they can watch the national team play in the Women's World Cup, a concession until now that has been reserved for the men's top flight football tournaments.
All right. So really tough one for those people that are in Nigeria because like I said, our first match is 3 a.m. So I've been walking in I'm walking into the locker room half asleep as usual. But first it's 3 a.m. on Friday. So that's so that you understand. It's before I come to the show.
Right.
Not 3 a.m.
Please come with good news on Friday morning.
We're playing Canada. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting to see how I'm going to stumble into the show. Hopefully we win. Because it won't make any sense to stay awake that time of the night and then
that's true.
Not win. All right. But yeah, Brazil has decided that they're going to change the work time, so people will come to work later than usual. Nice. But this is for civil servants too. If you are in a private organization, better go to work at the same time that you used to go.
Do you think civil servants get a lot of allowances in some way or form?
But private sector makes up with the money, so everybody should. Okay. Everybody just pick your devil and be pouring them anointing oil. That's what you should do. So you picked your devil, you pick money. Civil servants picked freedom,
service to the nation.
So let's see how it works for them. But yes, they're changing the time so that people will be able to support the Brazil national team, the women's national team, and they've done it for the men. So they're just, gender equality and all.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
West Ham spoiled Andre Postecoglou's much anticipated Tottenham coaching debut Tuesday with a pulsating 3-2 preseason friendly victory in Perth.
Yes, so this was a good one. A London derby in Australia. Nice to see. But Tottenham's new coach tried out some of his new players. I think he featured Solomon. He also featured Madison. And you wanted to see how this will go. But it turns out that despite Tottenham's addition, they still couldn't defeat a West Ham side who just lost Declan Rice to Arsenal. So I think at the end of the day, they were able to find a way to play around that midfield without Declan Rice. And Tottenham Hotspur are a tough opposition. I don't care where they ended up last season, but they're a tough opposition for anybody. And so they stepped out in this preseason to try and turn around the sorrows that they had last season and see if they can start on a brighter note. So they stepped up against West Ham, and West Ham defeated them, scored 3 goals against Tottenham. So not a good start for the Tottenham manager. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Chelsea and Brighton will be playing in the preseason tournament? Chelsea will be playing against Brighton.
What side will Caicedo be on?
He will wear blue. That's what I can tell you. I don't know what blue Caicedo will be wearing, but he'll be wearing blue. All right, so let's round up with your messages. This one is from Tayo. He says,
Michael Johnson should not tweet about the Amusan situation. I saw some guy from Onana some days ago. I hope to be entertained by Salah, Isaac, and other wingers on a wayward goalie. With all the under 21 signings Chelsea are making, you'd think they are running a university. Which future project are they doing again?
We don't know. We are waiting to see. Chimabi Victor says,
good morning. I just want to wish the Super Falcons the very best of luck against Canada. We can't be awake and end up losing that game.
I'm telling you. Kosi Cole says,
I think Brighton is just being greedy. It seems the Declan Rice 100 million plus deal is also a factor now. The player truly wants to go, and Chelsea doesn't want to give them who's that? Colwell? Which they are requesting.
Exactly. But Declan Rice is English, so he helps them with that's different. All right, so this is from Cruz. He says,
Tega, we have TVs in the studio. Cuckoo cancel, transport time 3 a.m. shouldn't be a problem. Please fuel don't cost, in other words.
So I should sleep here because of Super Falcons. All right, we'll round up with Shego's message. Shego says,
Chelsea, come and get Harry. He's your guy.
I'm with you. Come and get Harry. He's your guy. And that's all we can take on the locker room. By Friday morning, we'll be discussing what the Super Falcons and Randy Waldrum have done.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much for your text messages. Thank you for your phone calls. And thank you for that ginger advice. That's a great one.
Yes, thank you for that.
Thank you for your messages on YouTube. Ibrahim, we see you. Ibukun, we see you. Thank you so much. Zibby?
Yes, indeed. Before we leave, I have to say happy birthday to Mr. C. It's his birthday today.
Oh yes, and we're waiting for our small
Yay!
chops.
Yes, we are, Mr. C. Wishing you a happy birthday. We hope you have a brilliant day filled with all God's love and blessings. That's it for the locker room. Lagos Talk starts in just about 14 minutes from 9 o'clock.